Yo, yo. Oh, I can't hear you, John. You're still muted, mate.
That was the perfect.
Sorry, I'll try to do it for you. Muted you again. I've done it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. That was the perfect intro.
And
I missed it. That was it. And I was muted.
That's all right, wasn't it? We'll just can't do anything about it. We're live. So moving on. So yeah, this episode we are going to be talking all about the Academy 21 series. We're going to have a few of the battlers on, and it should be a good laugh. We're going to try and as well, which is going to be Elistine versus Major Concerns, which of course is the first final of the Academy series, Academy 18. So yeah, Tom, you've watched an Elistine battle, but you haven't watched a Major Concerns battle yet, have you?
No. What was the battle I watched for Elistine? Because I definitely obviously recognise him. It's hard to not.
It was, in the Anarchy tournament, him versus Bizzo, where he says about him being the final boss.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's a really good battle.
We'll
I watched. See who you think wins. We'll have a little chat about it.
Yeah, I watched I wasn't sure if you wanted me to watch it beforehand, so I only watched the first round. But man, that was like, it was good, and I stopped watching it because it was good. I was like, I want to react to this and get it on the internet. So I stopped watching it.
Yeah,
I'm excited. It's a really solid battle.
Bit of a quick update about the channel as well, and whilst we're here, we originally wanted to be able to sit here and watch battles, and get different guests on and watch these battles with them. We haven't been able to do that because of lack of equipment, really. But Tom stepped up. He's leveled up his equipment, and now we are hopefully able to do it. So we're going to try and, like I said, watch the battle.
Spent my money wisely.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it'll be fine. But yeah, so it might crash and burn, but we're still here to chat. So if anyone's in, just drop us a comment. Let us know, who you thought won the battle between Elistine, Major Concerns. Anyone you're excited to see in the tournament as well. We'll just quickly look at the Academy stand at the moment, Tom. You haven't seen any of these. I think I've shown you because Graza sent me one of his rounds in the for the qualifiers. I think I sent it to you. I'm not sure. But yes, if you haven't, I will.
Was it the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the sound.
I remember.
Yeah, it was good. But yeah, the names that I know of are all of them are from Cooper and Haley G, really. I know of Cooper now. Obviously, he's been on before. And yeah, I guess this is a perfect time as any to bring him on. So yeah, we got Cooper with us on the stream.
Here he is.
Hey,
lads, how you doing?
Time to sort yourself out.
Doing good.
Thanks for coming on, man. Again. So yeah, it's we was kind of talking a little bit before you came on, and we were saying that it's going to be a bit of a different ball game in this round because it's going to be in front of a live crowd. How are you feeling about that, man? Are you ready? Have you prepared any different?
I'd be lying to say if I'm not nervous. It's the first sort of live performance for myself, so it's difficult to write knowing what people are going to react to. It's obviously coming down to a lot of performance, the way I'm putting across my bars. I'm getting a bit of echo. Is that on me?
I'm not hearing any.
Is that on me? Oh,
try muting your mic, Danny.
Sorry, it's just hard to talk about it.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's a problem we've been having, and neither of us know what the problem is.
It could be earphones.
Yeah, I need to find my headphones.
No, it's cool. No, all I was saying is it's hard to say if I'm prepping any different. Obviously, I'm putting a lot more prep into this than I did the video battle. One, I actually know who Robin HD is, so that's a big difference. Because obviously I had no idea who Classic was or what he was about. So writing 3 rounds on nothing was
that's hard.
Unique experience.
You have your homework to do.
Tom, I didn't show Tom the qualifiers at all, because I feel like it had quite a negative impact on people that watched it. So I kind of wanted his fresh eyes to be on what's going to happen next.
Sure.
Like it was really weird. Like everyone obviously had to do 3 rounds of a video battle. They recorded it and sent on. But I told you about this, Tom, when it happened. You had some people reading off of phones and some people freestyling and stuff. It just, there was a lot of negative about it, but there was also a lot of good. You know, there was the guys that got through, I think all deserve to get through. Some of them by the skin of their teeth, some of them more like cemented, but definitely did all deserve to get through. Cooper, who kind of surprised you the most in the first round? Either good or
it's
bad,
hard to say
I guess.
because obviously I didn't know who half the people were, to be honest. I just focused purely on my battle. Obviously Grazza was standout performance. I'm not sort of afraid to admit that was sort of like watching it back myself, because there was some sort of cringeworthy moments, shall we say. So having someone like Grazza come on with something so well performed, so fun. I think his third verse where he's doing the whole American, what do you know about Tracy Beaker? What do you know about baked beans with the little sausages in it? I was just cracking up at that because it was delivered so well. So I think Rubik's was pretty good. There's a chance,
he
obviously,
definitely
I
had
could
fun
battle
with it,
him.
didn't he?
Oh, 100%. He was one of the ones that took the whole bit with his mum as well. That it was done really well.
Yeah, definitely. You was going to say about Rubik's as well? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, he was one of the more sort of polished ones because, as I said, there was obviously the freestylers. I knew I'd won mine when Classic sort of just turned up in sunglasses looking dead at the camera like this. And it was just like, oh, mate, okay. He had some good insults. That's the thing. When you actually listen back to what he said about me, there was some quite funny insults. It was just his delivery. He was clearly reading it off the screen. It was just like, it didn't go over well in that way. So,
yeah, it's a shame. It is a shame. Because like they said, there was a few people that they could have put in that they didn't because of like, you know, trying to give other people a chance. And that, I think it's a shame that they done that. I think they'll definitely vet people a bit more better. They'll vet people more thoroughly, I guess, more next year, I hope, anyway. But
yeah,
we will see. So obviously, like I was saying as well, because we're going to bring in our next guest as well, which is Robin, which is actually your opponent in the next round.
Convenient.
This is not a face-off.
We'll be civil, Danny. We'll be civil.
Fuck Cooper. No, I'm joking.
You fucking say?
quick.
He's gone.
Right, calm down.
Nah, it's all good.
But yeah, obviously here he is, Robin, man. How you doing? You all right? Yeah.
Hey man, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I've got a bit of uni work that I've been doing. My final deadline's this weekend, so basically just working towards that. But I feel like I've got it a bit easier than everyone else at the moment, to be fair.
Oh really?
Okay,
so what is it?
Have you wrote anything for?
Yeah, like what's
go on, Tom.
I've got bits. Yeah. Like the first battle, the first round, I sort of, because it was video recorded, I knew like the timing I had. So it was like I recorded it on the week, but it was like I'd been writing it for a few weeks. It wasn't sort of a last minute job, but I've got enough time. I try and get myself prepped a long time before, just because I like getting performance down and stuff like that. I feel like if you turn up having just learnt the bars, like you're not really performing, you're just sort of trying to remember something you've written. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely like coming from a performance background. There's definitely a fine line between like performing and just remembering what you wrote down.
Exactly.
And I think sometimes you can tell the difference. And it really does leave a bad taste in your mouth.
100%.
Yeah, it doesn't really
It definitely can. So what did you think of the rounds, Robin? Was you like impressed?
It was a fucking,
like we said,
it was a godsend at the time. I was watching it, and in the live chat, I was like, Cooper can he does something like, you know. Oh mate, it was painful. I was just like, because we
Love that.
were on last as well, and I was just sat there and I was like, I just want my battle to be on now, because it was just like,
I just want it to be over.
not in a bad way, but it's like I didn't want to be put in the same conversation as some of the other people. In
Yeah.
that. Like
Yeah.
the classic was, oh mate, 3-0 classic for me. But it's just some of the people, like people freestyling and stuff like that. Like I battled Max actually recently, and I know he's a lot better than that, so it's just like, put the effort in, like, come on.
Yeah, so Danny told me it was like,
like that's what I was saying, Tom. Like, yeah,
like
people had 6
like
weeks.
you had 6
And it
weeks
was
to
video
record the
as
video.
well.
Yeah, they just
So,
went,
like-
your opponent is McCoy, and that was it for 6 weeks, just basically silence
6
after
weeks.
that.
So
And then
why
on the
think
week, exactly, it's like, even like, say I got given the name Classic like Cooper did, he couldn't find him on socials or anything, but just sort of worked with what he had, which is, to be fair, is something I can be positive about, is that I'm battling someone who just isn't just going to spew random shit, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
we're all going to see what his angles are like and that sort of stuff.
like
I've
suddenly
got
puts
angles in the
the
fucking
effort
bag,
in.
you know what I mean? There's loads you can say on me, mate. We could do a 10-round battle. You probably
Vice
have an
versa,
easily-
mate. Vice versa. I'm not.
Cooper has been writing notes this entire time.
Yeah,
I've been stalking him for 2
Gotcha.
weeks now.
Nah,
I don't
mate,
need
exactly.
anyone to know.
all my socials are public. It's not. I'm not.
So,
hiding.
All of this
Were
is a
you,
setup.
are you two kind of are you happy with who you've been put up against, you two? Like, would you have liked to have gone up against somebody else?
I'm happy because, first of all, I think it's a good battle to have from the people that were in it at this stage, either styles wise or whatever. But I feel like, yeah, there's enough to. Both of us definitely have enough to say, and it's like, I mean, personally, I didn't want someone like. I mean, I've just battled McCoy, who's probably one of the favorites at the start. It was like everyone's saying Grazza, people like that. It's like, I would have, purely for the tournament, I would have preferred Haley G or someone like that. You know what I mean? That just didn't do as well. Oh yeah, exactly. Who is the other battle on our side of the bracket? I'm trying to remember.
It's Haley G Rubik. So unless Haley G,
Haley G.
She's going to win the whole thing, mate. She's won the whole thing.
There we go.
So Haley G is someone to look out for there.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, I feel like I dodged a bullet by having McCoy in that first round. Once I realised they were just going to put through people who rapped well, I was less bothered about winning the battle.
How shocking was a revelation that they were putting through the people.
I was in the chat saying, please do this, just turn it into a top 8 instead of picking the winners, because like mainly because for myself, I was like, right, okay, if I lose to McCoy and I'm out, I'm literally going to cry. I need
to change the league. We're now doing relegation league.
Yeah, exactly. But it's I was
That's
there last year. I'd never battled like ever offbeat. I'd had one clash before, so I didn't know how to write like a cappella. So I did it, and like the fact I didn't get in last year shows you it was definitely better quality. Like the people in there, Enigma, who barely got that far, Whitey Blindo, who didn't get out the first round, even like other people on that. There's a lot of talented people in last year's academy that are now trying to kick on and do more.
There definitely was, yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see if there's any sort of
talent,
breakout people.
The talent pool didn't all try again this year, if you know what I mean. Like, I think they need to have a lot more people coming back to it, you know, doing that George Sampson kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say big up.
Brother Exhale in the building as well.
Hey, Brother Exhale.
I was going to say, I think this is the year the academy has transitioned from a tournament for like up and comers to tryouts, like straight up tryouts in the tournament.
Yeah, I was saying to Danny, like, it was really good timing when I came into it.
It's you in straight away and be competitive. I think there's a big
exactly.
now.
He's back now.
All right, like here he is. I was saying to Danny how like I came in at a really good time. Like we started this just before the Anarchy tournament, and I feel like having a tournament sort of layout to it just really helps sort of, I don't know, elevate it a bit, because adding that stake sort of forces people to cut the fat. You know what I
Instead
mean?
of just random tryout battles that just don't really guarantee.
Yeah,
much.
that don't go anywhere, because
Mm.
like it's kind of like the comedy circuit. Like there's a lot of small comedy bars that there's a lot of comedy there, yeah, sure, but not a lot of it's good.
Mm.
Whereas
Yeah,
like in a
exactly.
tournament layout, you don't have a lot of time. You need to beat the person in front of you. But not only do you need to beat the person in front of you, you need to always convince people that you're going to win. Otherwise,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you have to trim the fat. So it is pressure, and that is, you know, always good, I think, especially in like performance. Makes you really think
100%.
about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Oh,
Yeah, definitely.
right. So we did have questions. So I'm going to get out my handy dandy phone, and we're going to jump in. Robin,
Yeah.
we have put all of our questions in the private chat if you wanted to have a little skim.
I can't see back from when I joined, unfortunately, but
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
I've just got a
then
message
good
about
luck.
feedback and that's it. But just ask me off the
Danny-
bat, it's fine. Hit me.
Yeah. Danny can start sending those if he wants, but I'll jump in. So, what do you guys think was the first? Danny's gone. What do you guys think was the first sort of rap battle that got you into the sort of mindset of, right, I want to be on that stage? Let's
Yo,
throw it over to
sorry.
Cooper first.
My internet's I'm going to try and fix it.
Oh no, that's
Yeah,
cool,
no worries,
man.
mate. It's hard to say because I've sort of watched battle rap for years now. I've always written and recorded music, so it's always been sort of like, oh, that could be fun. That could be something I'd be good at. You're probably talking the early Don't Flop days when Don't Flop was sort of popping. I sort of go back. I remember being quite into Professor Green when I was a lot younger, and he did a lot of the jump off battles. And I remember watching some of them because that's obviously all freestyle. That's a completely different vibe to what we're doing because it's just off the top, and that just terrifies me. So. Yeah.
For me, it was probably, obviously I'm younger, so it's a bit later. Similarly, I was also doing music before I wanted to do battle rap. Like I watched it as a fan. My favorites were definitely just because of like their style, Shuffle T and Marlowe. Even though I love like actual rappers and that's what I was into, Shuffle T and Marlowe were so different to everyone else. Sort of. Fuck you, Georgie. Georgie.
Yes,
hates
Georgie.
me. He hates me.
Big up the Essex. That's the Essex connection, mate. That's the Essex connection.
That's true. That's the Colchester Chelmsford link. But yeah, no, probably.
Yeah, I completely agree as well. With
2014, probably
top notch
was when I started watching. But yeah, no,
But
they
Shuffle
just
and
brought a
Marlowe,
different. They're
they
so
just do it the
different.
best. They just,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily that you pick jokes over bars over jokes. Shuffle T and Marlowe do their style so perfectly. Watching the Soul Shuffle battle was a key example of that. It's because Soul is the top of his game when it comes to writing, the top of the punches, everything like that. The way he puts together his schemes is next level. But then you've still got Shuffle over there who's incredible with rhyming and is just so charismatic and funny that it was debatable. And that those sort of clashes, maybe in a crowd, I think that would have been a very different reception.
It's one of those things as well where Shuffle T and Marlowe blend together like really solid technical bars and comedy so well that when I see other rappers doing it now, it just reminds me of them.
Yeah, like no, you can't bounce off each other and tell jokes without it being like that sort of thing.
And it's a rip-off now. Being funny in rap and being good at it is a rip-off. That's how good they are.
Talking of like other battlers, talking of other battlers, one of kind of like the prizes, I guess, for this tournament is that you get a bit more of a bigger plate than the others. If you was to get to choose somebody who's on like the current kind of Premier Battles roster, who would you guys want to pick? Robin, we'll start with you. Who do you think you would want to go up against? Who's on your hit list?
I've not really thought about this too much because I don't like sort of dreaming or like weird stuff. Like I sound like a freaking manager in an interview. I just want to take it one battle at a time and that. But I take it game by game. No, but on the current roster that was sort of in and about, I feel like Matter would be just jokes. Like obviously that's a big. If we're saying like big names like that are on the roster, like Matter. And then someone a bit more recently, like if you win the academy, I'd love to have a go.
Battle, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, and like I think
It's not something that could be done, man.
Yeah, definitely. If you're thinking to yourself, if you're not thinking to yourself, once I win this tournament, I want to battle Shuffle T. Why not? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you should be thinking like, because look at obviously Elistine, he's like deep into it now. And
I still feel like Milky would be if he hadn't stopped, if that makes sense.
Oh, he bowed out too soon.
I'm a bit gutted that he did.
I think he would have been.
He literally done the academy and then he bounced. Yeah, I think he definitely would have. If he put his hand out, they would definitely filled it with something. But so Cooper, what about you? Who have you got your eye on? Who would you like to go up against later on?
I mean, if you're being realistic, I'd probably want to go against someone I quite like in a way, someone that I think style's good and someone that I think of as a challenge. I really like Slester. I think what he does his thing really well. So I think that'd be a good battle as well. It's hard to say. Obviously, don't get me wrong. The ultimate goal is to, take everyone on. But at this stage in my sort of battle rap career, if you want to call it that, someone like that would be fun. I'd like to battle. I'd like the funny battles though as well. I'd like the Pedros. I'd like the O'Shea. To me, if I ever get to battle O'Shea, I'll consider my battle rap career peaked.
Yeah,
that to me is like, I'm there. I'm done. I've battled.
I know a few people won in that battle. Loads of people sort of set that as their goal. It's a good one to have.
100%. He's just so fun. He's just, what he does is brilliant.
He's the godfather, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
The Mount Rushmore of rap, of UK battle rap.
So
O'Shea, Shuffle T and Marlowe.
UK battle rap.
Yeah, UK battle rap. That's a good question, actually.
That's a good podcast right there.
That's an episode if we want to go into that. But so why have you guys chose to come and do the academy? Why not? There's other smaller leagues that you can go on. What was it about the academy that kind of drew you out? Cooper, we'll go you first, man. What was it?
Well, I know this is a bit different because Robin has done those sort of other sort of leagues, I think, from what I've been watching a little bit of his stuff with like Beast Angler and whatnot, and even Don't Flop as well. For me, it was just a case of my plan was, I mean, to me, Premier Battles is the peak of UK battle rap. It's the top tier. It's where the best battlers are. Don't get me wrong, there's still some incredibly talented battlers in these other lower leagues that not lower implies that these smaller sort of less established leagues.
Like the WWE of battle rap.
Exactly. So you've got, for me, it was just a case of, I think it was just the right time, the right place for me. I sort of was, I thought, I'll get into a battle rap. It was, as I said, it's an extension of me writing raps and recording and thinking I'm at a stage where actually, do you know what? I'm better than some of these people I'm watching. I feel like I can put on a better performance, and the applications come out at the right sort of time. I'd already bought tickets for Undisclosed before the application had come out. So it was sort of like, let's, and then it just keeps happening. And now it's like, oh no, you're performing at Undisclosed now. And it's like, oh, okay. Thank you. So yeah, we got to bring our A game.
You get to skip the queue.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's that, that kind of old school movie, like, that old school movie, that underdog that comes in and not knowing much about the scene or whatever.
He definitely didn't.
I've got some mates coming. It's fine. That's going to one of them. That's cool.
Okay. Cooper makes
big money the night before.
That's rough, man. If you're paying entry.
Yeah, that's something I could. I'd hate.
Yes, Robin. Why Premier Battles?
Because blocked me. No, I'm joking. He has actually blocked me.
Our next
why is hang on, I need to know that story. Why is blocked you?
You know the Beast, had a meltdown in the forum about anyone who battles on Beast Anglia, you're not allowed to battle on Don't Flop, and he censored the word Beast Anglia with asterisks. And but then he let Georgie Roots battle on his platform like the next month.
That's
so
absolutely class.
I love that. But no, I did the academy last year.
A bit of context here, Tom. Hang on.
Yeah, wait.
Just for the new guy, Tom.
Do you know what an is?
I do know
is
only recently though, because it was who I said. Who was it? Was it him?
I
didn't know who he was.
Oh,
Well,
no.
I don't know, mate. What did you say?
When I called him a judge, a referee.
Oh no,
Sorry.
that was Shotty.
Oh, that was shocking.
No, that was
I
Shotty.
know who
Referee, and I was like,
in
wow.
name only.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
he's,
I can
he's
maybe
just the
pick him in and
referee.
out. But-
He just comes in.
so,
Yeah, when I was
so I
saying
guess
that
the
earlier,
context
I
for
know
you,
nothing.
Tom,
But yeah, no, so
probably
Beast Anglia, Tom, is
is a
a
smaller
very,
league.
it's a lower league. Yeah,
It's a
but
lovely
it's
league,
producing
though.
good talent,
Yeah.
definitely. It's produced all
It's
the
so
best
fun.
newcomers. And it is another option that you can take instead of like going
Yeah.
through the academy or something like that. So yeah,
I'm sure
but,
Cooper
yeah,
will
obviously
get
don't
down
flop.
on it.
Oh, I'll be involved. 100%.
Go ahead, man.
It's my local, so it's
Tell
yeah.
us
Once
the,
I've
tell us the story.
So Beast Anglia just we were doing battles on that, and I don't know why. Never revealed the reason, and I'm mates with like Nick and the Beast Anglia people, and they have no clue why he did this. But one morning at 8 a.m, put in the Facebook battle rap forum, he went, anyone who battles for B asterisk 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 A, you're getting blacklisted from Don't Flop. You'll never have a battle there. Blah blah blah. Basically thinking that everyone, basically trying to shut down Beast Anglia, I guess, because if all the battlers didn't battle there, you can't really do anything. But no, I think Tidal was the only one who said he wouldn't do it, and everyone else was just like, no. But I don't know. But that sort of all went
I
in the
reckon
mud.
that's just a massive promo stunt, you know.
Yeah, he
I
was
think
just.
it's a
I think it was just a
promo
massive
stunt. That's
stunt.
exactly what happened with KOTR, King of the
Yeah,
Runnels.
literally.
Like, if it was popular to be against just like it is now, kind of, which is still weird, I find.
Like
But it was popular back then.
Yeah,
But
I
KOTR
had no issue with her as
built
well.
their brand
I
around
battled
it.
for him. Like I did, my first ever event was a Don't Flop Beat Fire event. So it's like, I'd never, and I was just like, I remember I sent him a message, and he read it and he didn't reply, and then he blocked me, and it was just me going, I'd like to battle on Beast Anglia. I like it there. It's fun. And I was like, I'm still going to go to some Don't Flop events, like as a fan, like,
Yeah, we're
if
gonna
they-
ban me.
yeah, it's like they can't, I will literally buy a ticket to your event. I will invest in your company. Like,
Yeah, like you will make money off of it. But I'm
If
happy
anything,
to
it's
do it, man. I enjoy both.
I don't know. It's like it's weird.
Yeah, that's weird.
That was a weird one that morning. We'll never know.
No, that's good. Yeah. So obviously you're coming over to Premier Battles just simply out of necessity, then I guess as well.
Well, I wanted to battle
Just
there,
trying to
but
get your
it's
name
just
out there.
like it was like
Yeah.
undisclosed, and then I saw the academy, and I was like, hey, that's for me. It's just like I don't know.
Yeah,
It's just
definitely.
the one to go for because
Have
it's
you-
like,
is there
this is
anyone that you
entry
thought
level.
would have applied that didn't this year?
Well, I wanted Max to apply and actually get through, but he didn't put the effort in. So I'm trying to think. Scold thought about applying, but I think because he's got Scold is sort of a smaller. He's on Beast Anglia. He was part of the title tournament. He's just had a class. He had a really good battle with Enigma in Manchester last week, and that will be out some point in the future on Beast Anglia. But he did the lockdown video tournament, and he had a debatable with Georgie Roots on a video battle, which was quite interesting. But he would definitely made the final eight.
Okay.
I haven't really spoken to many other people about the academy really, that either hadn't already been in it or were in it this year and didn't get through.
Yeah, I'm the same. Straight up.
Okay. Well, talking of the academy, we were obviously hoping to have more of you on here so that you could have the opportunity to introduce yourself. So awesome that you guys took the opportunity. We will try again to get some other people on and give them the chance again, but you know they make their beds and they're lying.
Just more of the
hopefully
spotlight
this
for
will
you
help
two.
you guys a bit with gain a few more fans and that. But we were actually going to try.
I've got
out watching
angles
battle.
about Cooper's background now. Should have a whole background on your wall.
I hit
Yeah,
the teddy
exactly.
bears. There was teddy bears.
I like that. You know?
I hit the teddy bears.
Gotta be done.
I had to make my bed for you.
I made my bed as well. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it'd be on camera.
Yeah.
Right.
Danny caught me. I was already in the stream before we started. Danny joined and I was tidying my bedside table.
No, there's just
Well
loads
done.
of shit off camera you can't
Yeah.
see.
Oh, 100%. Bursting from this point onwards.
But,
Right, so
yeah, so we are going to try and watch a battle. So I kind of want to just jump straight in it and see. But Robin, would you you weren't battling around this time, was you? Around the time 2018.
No, I wasn't battling.
Okay. Okay. Was you going to events and stuff though? Is this an event that you went to? at all, or?
No, so I hadn't been to any events because I got in the scene relatively late, and I was in 2018. I was turning 17, so I was still like a lot of the stuff was like sort of 16 plus, 18 plus anyway, because it was all in like pubs and different stuff with licensing. So my first event I went to when I was 18 was Beat Fighter, where I actually performed, but it was just like. It was, and also I wasn't in any of the Facebook forums or anything. It was just like a YouTube channel that I was subscribed to, and I was like, "Oh, there's a battle out. I'll watch it," like that sort of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's cool. That's
Humble
cool.
beginnings.
Well, this from a bit of context on this battle, Ellis Dean was somebody who came into the Battle Rap world ages ago, actually. Done a little bit in the world and then left. Came back. He was just filling a spot in the academy, and then the person he was filling a spot so that they could have their battle dropped out as well. So he ended up having somebody fill their spot so that he could battle them. It was really confusing, but basically he ended up battling Jay Short. Jay Short literally just freestyled most of his. Edison freestyled a bit as well, which was really good. I think it helped him. I think it was a really good performance for him. But yeah, and he ended up going through the academy, and obviously the decision at the end of the battle. Major concerns. A lot like Cooper, he knew about the scene. He was around it, but yeah, he was new to battling. In this tournament, this was his 4th battle in total, and it was on a stage like that. Who did they open up for? Was it Soul Ilmac?
I know the background if it's Soul Ilmac.
I think it is. I'm pretty sure it was the All-Star game, wasn't it? But yeah, they opened up for this massive card. I'm 90%
Yeah, that's the
sure
same
it
event.
Was it
Yeah,
also?
Yeah.
Might have been. That's definitely the same venue. Yeah.
Yeah, because I've gone back and watched.
But yeah,
so
yeah, we have been over the past couple of weeks. We've been watching a lot of Premier Battles. But I like it. It's good. I like that they're competitive there. Like there's always a reason for a battle, not just a promo, you know. But yeah, so Tom, if you want to share it, and we'll start watching it. If you guys want to kind of like chip in with anything, just let us know. You might need to shout a bit or just kind of wave your hand so we can see you and pause it.
I don't think I've watched the full battle either, so this will be a first reaction.
Yeah, I think I've missed this one, so I'm excited for it.
Oh, nice. I watched the first round, and
we probably won't get through all of it, but we'll watch some of it. We'll get through as much as we can.
Right.
All right, cool.
We're gonna roll it.
It's proper intense.
I loved those intros. Tom, you're muted.
Yeah, that is super
I love
intense.
those
Like,
intros.
the
though, with
quality,
Premier Battles.
yeah, the quality is great.
It makes you feel
I'm
like you're
so-
there.
I'm so disappointed because you know how last year for the Academy they got those really cool intros in the round of 16. I just wanted one of those this year, and then we had to do a video battle again. I'm like, for God's sake, one of those hype intros.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. You need it. Like there was like a player card came up in one of the battles we watched, and it was honestly my favorite thing. I loved it.
When Premier Battles first started, the first season, it was literally like FIFA. You won't really know this, Tom, because I'm sure, like me, you don't play FIFA. But yeah, I don't really know FIFA, but you get like packs and cards and stuff like that, don't you? It's like, I don't know. It's
like
the same kids that
opening.
used to take the Samuel from Pokemon cards and now got FIFA cards, and I'm like, what the fuck? But it's all good.
See, Danny's down
Yeah,
with the kids.
so
He knows
they
what
actually
means,
had
right?
all the battlers like announced like that and everything. Huh?
I said you're down with the kids. You know what memes are. You know what FIFA packs
Yeah,
are.
I do the Macarena. and everything.
Right. Let's
No,
jump back in.
I'm not aware really. I know
I'll
the
take out some of those
premise
FIFA
them, but that's
references in my
about it.
battle.
You guys play FIFA? We don't.
I play a lot of FIFA, so you can keep that.
Oh,
To
okay.
be
Robin's
fair-
going to get it. That's fine. That's fine.
Football,
Yeah, I can
Just saying,
understand
if
why
bar's
you-
only third round. Yeah,
If you want
We're going to do a
to get
FIFA
it,
bars.
don't do it.
football bar. The overly shit
It's when
football bars.
it's when
I
people
cannot
mention
stand.
like it's when people mention a defender from like Swansea that sits on the bench for most of the games. Like I'm never going to know who they are. Don't be so like I don't know incestual with your
Means nothing.
whatever.
Like that
You know
one
what I'm
player
on
that
about.
scored that
Let's play
one
the
goal
video.
for that one team.
I feel the same about
Yeah, it's
wrestling.
like I
bars.
don't care. Just say the footballer. It's cool.
I'm gonna jump back.
Yeah,
in.
wrestling as
We'll
well.
actually
Don't
watch
be
it.
so obscure
So
with your
good.
references. Is what I was going to say. Yeah, go ahead.
I endorse.
Yo, Premier Battles, Academy 18 final. We're at the final event of the year at the All-Star Game. Ruby Lounge, make some noise! Shout out to both of these battlers. They battled all year and made it to this spot. It's going to be an absolute crazy battle. Shouts to UKBattleRap.com for sponsoring the Academy Series, and we'll be giving a cash prize to the person that wins this battle as well. With that being said, on the right-hand side, representing Team Tox from Manchester, make some noise for LSD!
It's not really from Manchester.
And on my left, from Manchester, also Team Tox. Make some noise for Major Concern! It's an all Tox final, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you already know. Shout out to Tox, shout
I
out to
love that they
Lawless.
brought the
Great
stats
this
and
season
stuff
with the
back as
Academy
well.
18, so about
Sorry, I love that they brought that back. That looks well cool.
I think it adds before the battle when you see it's like, oh, this guy's
Did you
4
hear what I
0, this
said?
guy's
Yeah.
0 2. Yeah. I think you're a bit delayed, Danny.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got a
well,
lag. I
That,
think.
literally just heard that. Yeah. I was going to say, Major Concerns' his shirt is a
It's
bold
so
choice.
Yeah, he makes a comment about that in a podcast somewhere. Tob, you're muted.
Yeah, the stats I really enjoy. I think it's really good, sort of like kind of set stakes. You know what I mean? Like the winning streak. As soon as you see like zeros, it's like, oh, pressure's on, mate. You've not lost yet. This might be
Yeah, and
the
I
one.
think when we had Briggsy on, we had Briggsy on before, and he said it was kind of like that carrot in front of you, wasn't it? Like to drive you on. If you knew that your score was more losses than wins, and people were seeing that every time you battled, you wanted to improve it, didn't you? But yeah, we'll carry on with the battle. Let's keep you.
Round one on Major Concern, whenever he's ready, let's go.
Yo! Hey, look! What's good, Nathaniel? Where's your fan base? It's astounding. I can see that. Why can't I hear the buzz around him? It's all punches. You're about to get barred to death. Time to panic, nerd. Banksy's work. Soon as the fee got confirmed, I turn his art to shreds. Yo, you're online speaking about being depressed. Snort too much, now you got problems. No wonder you're down. Too many bumps got you at rock bottom. You love the taste of the flake. The backdrop's a meal to this guy. Keep enjoying that drip until you're relying on one to keep you alive. Yo, see, complaining ain't as potent until his low life on the drink. The damage is his own fault. This zero on the bottle light. Damn, I missed the old Coke. You know that one?
I love that bar. I absolutely love that bar.
I'm not as hot for that. I thought.
You can't function without it. Can't keep calm unless you.
You got to tell him 5 seconds
Nah.
before.
Yeah, no, I was gonna. I've got to go back in the past and say. I thought he was gonna go for like a 0 alcohol bottle bar. I don't know why.
Yeah.
He said 0 on the bottle, and I was like, oh, like fucking Heineken or whatever the fuck it's called.
I watched this earlier, and hearing it the second time, it hit better. like knowing the end of the bar, I sort of got it. But yeah, I felt the same the first time I saw it as well. Watching it the second time, it's a lot better because like the first time I watched it, it felt quite hit and miss. But then when I listened to it just now, it's kind of there's a lot more there than I sort of thought there was.
You got to think this is Major Concern's 4th battle, and he comes out swinging like that. I love it. I think he's so. It's good.
He is.
Just whilst we're here, just not watching the video. People in the chat, what does it look like? Does it look all right when we're playing the video and stuff? Are you hearing it all okay? Let us know in the comments, and we'll try and sort some stuff out. But yeah, we'll keep going. That damn, it's the old coke though. It's good.
To Grambro getting cross when you're off white. Virgil Abloh always wearing a hat. Your wig's missing, it's a joke. His hair disappearing like the bridges of his nose. Yo, this kid is fucked. From the prescription drugs he's sipping up, I'm starting to see you only think you're codeine because you are what you eat. Yo, your rap name's Dead Boy. You're supposed to be my biggest challenge. Like, this man's a threat. It's how high if I spout rhymes. I need to get a Dead Boy smoke just to pass the test. Go!
That went over my head a little bit.
That went over my head as well.
Yeah, I didn't know where it was going at.
Have you seen the film How High?
No.
I have seen the film How High.
Have you seen How High? The film? Okay, if you
I
haven't seen
don't
it, you won't get it.
remember
But
it
basically, he
very
smokes his mate's ashes. He smokes his mate's ashes.
See,
and
I
he
don't-
comes back in
but
like ghost
then
form.
Then that just starts. That starts a really interesting debate because then it's like, how niche can you make a reference? Because only 1 in 4 people technically watching this battle caught that.
Yeah.
So how worth it is putting something like that in?
Yeah.
It's
You
trying
need
to toe that line.
read the room, I think.
It definitely depends on the demographic. Definitely.
100%. Because that was
risk.
lost on me entirely, and I gave it a good go. I really thought about it twice. This is the second time I watched it.
The bit that
I
he said
still don't get
before it, the bit that he said before it was straight over my head though. That bit I didn't get any of that he said before, but yeah, that last bit I caught that just.
Yeah. Every
But
now
that's
and
the
again,
thing,
there is a
sometimes
bit
I'll watch a battle and then watch it 2 weeks later and pick up something
You get
completely
it.
different. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I love it.
I sometimes
Yeah,
watch a movie and then I suddenly just get I understand a bar. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Like
Yeah.
3 months later, I'm just like, oh, okay.
Truman Show was a good one of that with
Oh, so-
Anton Murphy Shuffle T bar where he says, "We had 24-hour surveillance on you at home and we still didn't get to see the Truman Show."
Mm.
And then I watched the movie. I was like, "That's what
Yeah,
it means."
Good job.
I like that.
That happens.
That was
That's
good.
been happening to me a lot because obviously I've recently started watching a lot of battle rap, and there are so many references to other battles. So I'll be watching battles and simultaneously understanding other bars almost every battle I watch. I'll have a moment where I'm like, oh, that's what that other man meant when he said that.
Yeah, Ross, I agree. I agree with Ross here. To be fair.
I think the
if you don't watch
difficulty
How
is
High,
more.
weird.
I feel like the difficulty is more of how many people can remember that
Yeah.
reference.
I'm just
I think
too
that's
young
when
for
you
it.
start to peel off.
Yeah.
I probably watched it when I
I
was
think
high.
you're
and
better
that's
off doing a
probably
Yeah,
high
that's
high
the
bar than a Harry Potter bar.
That doesn't get retained.
exactly.
I just know it's a really good film. That's all I know.
I think you're definitely better off doing a reference from How High than Harry Potter, though. Like,
I
think about
mean,
who you're
It
performing
depends
to. I
how
think
niche you go into it.
Right,
Yeah, I think that as well is the difference
Yeah.
between doing it online and doing it live. Because like, us watching it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we're not in that venue.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Whereas like when you're online, you can't read the room, really. Like unless you scroll through comments
No, that's
and
true.
shit.
It was like he said a Virgil Abloh bar like 4 bars ago, and he was like off-white like Virgil. And because I've heard that simile in every UK rap song for the past 5 years, that just it's not like it wasn't a bad bar. It wasn't impressive because
Yeah.
like it's just it's a normal
It's done.
thing. Yeah, like cocaine, Off-White, like Virgil Abloh. Yes, I understand.
Cocaine is white.
Yes.
I get it.
I think he's had some really good bars about the whole substance abuse. So within the you think you're cold Dean because you are what you eat. That was really nice. But yeah, let's let him finish this first round anyway. We'll carry on going with the battle now.
Do rate the show.
Down, see, you were cool with Stu, but tried to use him to get on the PGs like the dude can't tell. We knew the link was broken when it didn't let you connect to the URL. They offered me a spot on the card. They wanted to see me spit. I turned it down, but would have got to bag in a mug and gave the PG tips. Yo, you wanted that URL shot so bad, but they didn't want you rocking the stage. You writing levels, Ryan Reynolds. We can't see dead as a PG because of the content displayed.
That bar annoys
Tom,
me.
all of this is going to go over your head.
Deadpool, bigger.
It's only like because we've not looked into American battle rap like at all, and I don't really watch URL that much. I'm honest. So I'm not the best person to sit down and watch that with.
Yeah,
basically.
I got the
watch a bit of
reference
King of
to
the Dot,
URL.
but I don't watch URL.
I know what it is roughly. So I got that. I got all the references. My issue with it was the rhythm, I guess, at the very end. For some reason, just hits my ear funny.
Maybe it didn't sound like a round ender, if that made sense.
Yeah, I felt like he was going to carry on
cadence
going.
of it.
Yeah.
Let's listen to it again. Let's see.
When it didn't let you connect to the URL. They offered me a spot on the card. They wanted to see me spit. I turned it down, but would have got to bag in a mug and gave the PG tips. Yo, you wanted that URL shot so bad, but they didn't want you rocking the stage. You writing levels, Ryan Reynolds. We can't see dead as a PG because of the content displayed.
Am I missing something obvious? What's the other meaning of PG? Is that short for?
I think it's PG
in America.
Smack, yeah. It's like URL, Smack, PG.
Yeah, the proving grounds. And
okay.
Why am I the? I've never watched
I don't.
I remember Chilla Jones always used to make a reference, or like his slogan was "Mr. Top Tier" from the Proving Grounds or whatever. So I'm guessing that they're kind of academy.
Because I've heard of PG, Smack, and URL as referred to American Battle League things.
Yeah,
it's dope, then,
yeah. So I got the bar, but again, it's because it's Deadpool and he just says dead. I'm not sure if that hits as hard.
I think that might be part of it. And the ending of it kind of sound. I don't know what it is about it. I feel like I'm not sure if it's the amount of like syllables at the end or the choice of words to end on. But there's something about it which I just wish he just.
It's just to make it rhyme.
Yeah, just like a tiny. It's.
But that's the thing. Like, there's a certain point that you'll be okay to do it, but like certain names, like somebody spoke about it before, and I think they said about Tony D. Like, you wouldn't call Tony D Toe. Like, so there was somebody that made a toe bar against Tony D. Like, who calls him Toe? Like, nobody does. But if you called him T, like some people probably have, so you could probably make a T bar or Tony or D or Tony D or whatever. But like Toe, you're just forcing it then. It's but yeah, let's carry on. So now this is the start of Ellis Dean's first.
Dean looks like he's about to kill him. That's all I can say from his facial expression.
He looks
that out. Like he's either gonna attack or faint. That's the expression. Right, let's jump in.
You talk about how I'm depressed. Bro, I'll bury you somewhere they won't find you. Only trying to kill myself to get a better ghostwriter. Yeah!
Yeah, I like
so That's such a good flip.
That's so
A bar
dark.
like that,
Such
a
a
bar
good
like that, to me, he's already
It's
equalised the
definitely
round.
a pre-bottle.
Like,
Oh, yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's a bit of a pre-bottle, but
Yeah,
when
but
he comes
I
out
think
swinging
that's
like
something
that,
that's been before.
100%.
Yeah, it's.
I
Like,
don't
there's
think
a
that
few.
was
I'm not a
completely made
massive
up on the
fan.
spot.
Yeah, I'm not always a massive fan of the sort of suicide bars and like mental health bars, but that was good. That was like a good technical flip. That
It was really, really good. Yeah.
yeah, I really liked it, and it was like on point,
And like
good stuff,
the
and
good
the
thing,
energy that
we
he
kind
has
of-
is crazy.
Yeah. We touched on this with Jay Short before. Like one good flip, and like that could be it. Your whole round could just seem like a very distant memory because of one easy flip. You can lose a whole battle just from one sentence, really. But yeah,
The danger of
It's,
going first.
he done
Danger
well.
of going first. Right, let's jump in.
This is why I thought he'd lose. Man comes to a battle rap event dressed for 42s. Alright, let's go. Yo, I said I'm about to kill my own brother. This is Cain and Abel. My dog died for the cash. We ain't playing Fable. The best it's ever been. The savior of the scene. Bro, I'm a SoundCloud rapper. You think I give a fuck about major labels? Nah. You look like Action Bronson mixed with Adam Johnson. Action Bronson mixed with Adam Johnson. Major concerns, that is a massive problem, but I don't want to kill him. That's my boy that's spitting. Love will tear us apart, and I enjoy division. I remember. I remember this stage. You were back there, frozen like an amateur. I told you, calm down, bro. Everyone here knows you was a battler. You went on stage. Yo, we went over our bars. You loved my one bar saying, you're old when you're older than your manager. Went on stage and said, you're older when you're older than your manager. Well, now I got fucking exposure to the camera. I should have known that bank worker would be a plain rat. He in the DMs with Photoshop. It's fake chat. My next selection, debt collection. Let me explain that. You took credit trying to borrow. Well, now I'm here for the payback. Fuck. I said, fuck being nice. You are way fat. He tried to eat the chip off my fucking shoulder.
That's 1-0 already.
That is just cold as ice. That is, I love that.
Clever.
I love
I like
everything
it, clever.
about this round. Like, there's nothing about it I don't like.
I think it's a perfect stylistic counter to Major's round as well. Major just goes bar heavy, punch hard, and this one, like, he puts his personality in it. He brings it out. He works with the crowd a lot better.
He's quite literally bouncing around. Yes, Will, the Joy Division bar is crazy.
I find
Like-
LSD is either.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on, Tom.
Oh yeah, like his energy. That's, and as well, like, I think he could, obviously, because I've not seen a lot of LSD. I think he could do with focusing it just like a smidge, just to sort of tidy up the edges a bit. But the energy that he has just elevates the jokes he has, because when he does come back down to just be like, you're well fat, and then goes back up, it's just brilliant. That is just a good thing
I
to
find
say.
with LSD, he's really calculated. Like you can tell when he, like plans his attack. He's really calculated the way he does it. Like, and I think sometimes it really hits and sometimes it really doesn't. And in this one, it definitely it was all going in his favor.
But he's just got the good mix. Because as Robin was saying, obviously major concern is just bar, punch. Whereas LSD, he's got a bit of a mixture. The old Action Bronson, Adam Johnson, it's just one of those lines. It's just a great rhyme. It's just funny, but then he's still got the actual seriousness in there. The way he jumps between, he's 1-0
and as
already.
well, like having those little filler like bits, that like one liner that you could just drop in. If you ever even have a second of downtime in your brain, you can just put that in and you've got yourself a few seconds of
100%.
like where am I going with this? But he's just so good. Like his delivery is just so good. Like it's crazy. Like, and how much
like when
does LSD
when you guys are writing stuff? Oh, go on, sorry.
I think I was going to get the same sort of
It's
question.
because of
but
the
the other
slag.
way.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, like, how much do you think of LSD and stuff is freestyled or pre-written?
Oh, I mean, obviously
It's all pre-written.
it's all pre-written. Maybe the first rebuttal was pre-written, and then the second one, I can't
The
remember what
shirt one,
said,
he
like-
would have thought of it on the day, like before the battle.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then the rest of it's just pre-written. He's rehearsed this. He knows where the punches are coming. That's the beauty of like being able to write what we're performing. We can sort of, you know,
I can
Control the
definitely
energy.
imagine him looking across the room as he walked in and
Talking
just going,
about the writing
"That's a shirt."
Yeah, talking about like the writing process and those little lines that can kind of fill space. Do you guys write anything like those? In for that purpose, just to fill that space at all, or are you just solid material straight through? What do you guys like to do with your?
I'm gonna
material?
check my Tatum battle because that's the one I just did. But it's like
for me, from what I'm gonna come in with this battle, it's gonna be quite well rehearsed. I mean, if there's a chance to rebuttal, if there's a chance for that, then that will come into it a bit. I think a lot of those little, you say that I take the Adam Johnson Action Bronson line, like they might be mixed in already, so I might know there's going to be a bit of a lull with, because I'm just trying to get bars across. I'm just trying to get, oh, this is a sick rhyme scheme that I found, and everyone's going to be like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then you throw in those sort of like just rhymes that are just, some rhymes are just funny because they rhyme. Like it's that Adam Johnson Action Bronson, and you get what he's trying to say there. It's not. He doesn't look like Adam Johnson. He's a fat guy. He's saying he's a fat guy. It's a bit of a nonce. That's what he's saying. That's all that bar's saying. But it's done so well. Yeah.
It's just an insult, realistically.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's that mix of you want to have angles about like their style or something about them, but you can literally just. You could theoretically just do a whole battle based off how someone looks or something like that, or just literally. So yeah, it's not filler. I'd say like using bars or like that sort of stuff. It's not as filler. I'd say filler would probably be going off on a random scheme and just multing some stuff.
That's filler.
I think you just need to keep, as long as it's relevant to the person.
Yeah,
like you could do a 4-bar multi, but as long as it's about the person, it's fine. I get what you mean.
Like tactical, I used to do it a lot when I used to act, especially in like classical plays. If you just sort of had an intense dramatic stare into the distance, you could get away with standing still for 3 seconds and thinking of what your next line is. So sometimes you do have to pull a punch, because obviously, especially with like battle rap, it's so quick. I think it's insane to think you're never gonna have a blip and sort of struggle for bars.
I definitely put the pre-battles in there, though. I still think that's
add to your performance sometimes.
Yeah, having a backup is just, I think it's never a bad idea.
Yeah.
Especially when they're like,
but yeah, let's
obviously I have no idea if it is or not, but having things that size that theoretically you could move, or like if you say like you wanted to like rebuttal someone, you could drop that if you needed to save a few seconds. Right. We'll hop back in and try and get the last of this.
I'm in the mausoleum. This is known to Liam. The master plan don't matter what your brother does you over. Yeah, but everyone reacted. I'm stood there in exasperation, way tense, and thinking this collaboration, if we got the same sentence, 2 options. Pay reverence or face penance. How the fuck your whole act play, but you ain't got no stage presence? See, it's normal to borrow a phrase. It's normal to borrow a phrase, but tell me before, mate. Funny you're trying to be frank, but can't even talk straight. Nah. Ain't video gaming your favorite thing? Well, remember what you said about EA. Okay, now you got to pay to win. 5 man, outside. Here to find out what you know, like, hey, what's your major in? You pitch nice? Well, I aim and swing. Leave concerns at the door. Now heaven's gates are waiting him. Nah. See, you still my friend. This ain't true hate. JK, you too fake. Me and my boy can't live together. There's just no room, mate. Think right. I pull him up by the bootlace, shoot to his cheek now, give him the screw face, yeah. I said, I don't know why you think that you might advance. Yo, this is your big shot, but this is my last chance. Julius Caesar, my entire plan, he getting stabbed in the back by his right-hand man.
that JK2 fake bar
That
is
whole
so good
contrast thing.
because he's saying, "Oh mate, just that whole JK2 fake bar is so good because of if you like grime or if you listen to JK, you know the double entendre there, but it works without the reference to the song Toothache by JK. But it's just like stuff like that. It's just like why these people are doing what they do.
That's my this has come up before
definitely.
actually. That idea of having really niche references, but layering them underneath just a good bar, so that we can enjoy the bar. But obviously, who's got that background knowledge enjoys it just that little bit more.
Yeah.
Like you have that extra layer that, like, at one point I might find out when I'm listening to music, but right now there's a whole other layer to that bar that I wouldn't.
Well, that's what a good double entendre is. It should work both ways, and it should hit hard both ways. And obviously, the best ones hit because you catch the meaning that's in your face, and then you think about it and go, "Holy shit, that's a great reference!" And it should be able to do that, because sometimes I find when I watch battle rap, they're trying to stretch it too much for the wordplay, and it's a case of if you can't. Even when I've been writing for this battle with Robin, like I get an idea in my head, I'm like, oh, that might work, and then I'm trying to stretch it, and I'm like, it's not going to work. You sort of have to just accept that sort of thing and just move on. I think.
Yeah, that's the difference as well between like a reference and pardon me, like a reference and a double entendre. Like double entendre is a bit hard.
I really like the ending from LSD then. Like the whole
his whole first was really good.
Yeah, that's the class round.
It's your big shot, but it's my last chance. I really like that kind of contrast talk. Raptor's really good at doing that. Where he's like,
I think also with the double entendre thing. Yeah, with the double entendre thing, it's like you can. Oh fuck! I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say the reason bad bars became such a thing was because shit rappers tried doing double entendres and it didn't work the normal way. It was the hit you with my forearms half an octopus thing. And Shafatisi Sega, you don't just hit someone like that.
It's once you get too meta, then it starts to lose all meaning, and it's just nonsense.
I back the beef.
That's the difference between somebody who's good and somebody who's not, really. You know what I mean? Somebody who's like.
Somebody who's good can get as weird as they want.
People that take it more seriously,
wordplay is difficult.
I don't know.
Wordplay is difficult, especially at this point in battle rap where we're coming in as our first sort of performances. It's so hard. I write something sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's dope, and then it's like, there's no way someone else hasn't thought of that.
Everything's been said before.
Everything's been said before, so it's very difficult.
If you ever need to send anything to any over a bar, and I'll try and tell you whether I've heard it or not. I'm never going to rob you for your bars, because I would never.
When I watch it, I will guarantee never have seen the bars before. I've watched like this many battle raps. So
I have a very good acquaintance called Young Crumpet from Dub Scandal, and he has watched every battle to ever have ever happened. So what I do now is since the scandal, I just run everything by him. Yeah, get him. He has so much good knowledge, but I run everything by him because he'll go, well, that's similar to a bar that was said in 2008. But I'm like,
we need to do a game show where we just
I'm not
give him a bar and see how well he can place it.
Yeah,
he'll know the time. He'll know the timestamp.
There is.
It's why I'm always trying to avoid that.
There's been a couple of things like that. Game shows.
Yeah, true.
That's it. But the only problem.
I was thinking. I did want to watch the whole of that battle, but I also don't want our episodes to be too long. We try to kind of stick around an hour. So we are at an hour and 7 minutes. So we're going to kind of start closing off now. Thank you guys, like I said, for coming on. If you want to kind of quickly just plug whatever you've had going on or what you've got going on, any music or battles that people want to watch. Robin, if you want to go first.
I've got battle dropping on Beast Anglia's YouTube very soon. Me v Tatum MC from the Vimeo from first round of the Beast Anglia tournament, and I got some new music coming soon. And Cooper, you're dying. I'm gonna kill you. Fuck off.
That's the trash talking begins now.
I'm going to kill him with kindness. That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Steve. Got you.
I'm
Got
shit.
you.
I'm a lovely guy.
Yeah, no,
I'm a
I'm
lovely
so-
guy.
so
Cooper
shit
was so
at
nice to him for the entire interview, and then Robin just started everything at the end.
Oh no, I'll be
Crazy.
nice. I'll be nice to him the whole time up till he's in front of me, and that's when all of this is just going to unleash. And then after, I'll be like, "Oh mate, do you want to get a drink?" That's what it's all about.
I'll do loser buys a pint. Loser buys a winner.
Yeah.
Down with that.
You heard it here. This is the evidence. If either of you try and back out,
Something.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll timestamp it.
But definitely
1
good
hour,
luck.
8 minutes.
Good luck to both of you. I hope you both do well. At least, even if one of you aren't going to pass the next round, which is gutting.
Yeah, one
because
of
I
you got
think
to
both of you
win.
do really well. But whoever doesn't still stay in the scene. Obviously, it's not the end of
man.
the world. People that have won the academy have done better than some of the champs in some years. So,
Well, that's what it is. That's how I look at this battle. It's sort of like whatever happens, as long as we put on a dope battle, that's all that this is for me. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I want to behead him. I want to 3-0 him, but that's not the point. The point is we can still put on a dope battle, and then it can be like, oh yeah, both of those guys. That was even because there's so many battles on that day that even if we're like up there with, that was a really good battle. They both came really hot. Like that's all I want to come out of that with.
Even if someone's writing a recap of the whole event and they're going through it and they go, Robin v Cooper was a very good battle, and that's all they say.
Yeah,
that's sorted, done.
That's what it's all about.
You don't want it to be a shit show.
The best battles are always the ones where they say, "Oh, I really wish this battle happened later."
Yeah,
You know, like that's the kind of battle you're shooting for, where it's like,
you watch us be the first battle. I don't know when we're battling during the day. It's 12-6, 12 till 6 the event, I think.
yeah.
So.
I've got a terrible travel thing because I'm in Bristol the day.
Oh, you're going to be
before, so
late. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be like
like
an hour and a half late to the event.
So what event
Lying.
is this?
undisclosed
now?
too. The end
what
of
event is
June,
this
June 27th. June
Yeah,
27th, undisclosed too.
Because we're going to. Yeah, that's the first one with the audience, isn't it? Because we're
Yeah,
going to Home
exactly.
Invasion. Man.
Home invasion. The
We're going
line.
to
I'm so sad I can't go to that. I'm
my
actually so sad.
first event. I'm buzzing. I'm well excited.
Let's come.
I am on
Yeah,
holiday.
his first event in Joy Francis. Can't wait.
Oh, just my two favorite
I
people
can't
in
wait.
battle
Tom,
rap,
did you
Joy
watch a bit of
Francis,
Joy
Shuffle
Francis?
T.
I sent you one of her battles.
No, I've not watched it. I've not prepared
Oh my
myself.
god, you need to.
That's an episode. That's an episode right there.
Yeah, we'll
Yes.
watch that live.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
save
Joy
it.
Francis is an episode. Yeah.
Cool.
But talking about other episodes as well, we'll quickly finish off this one by saying again, thank you guys for coming on. We've been talking
Yeah, thanks
about
for having
the Academy tournament. It's a pleasure, man. You two are welcome on whenever. If you see us live, just come in, pop on and chat or whatever. Bye,
Shout
Robin.
you, man. Yeah.
But
He's gone,
yeah,
man.
we've
Robin's had to scoot
we've
up.
just been chatting shit. It's been fun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, let me know. Like, I'm
and
always up for
excited
sort
So we
of
watched
things
the
like
first
this.
round.
Definitely.
Cooper,
Cool.
I do hope you do well. I do.
Yeah,
You're going to be the
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot. Everyone's giving me a lot of
Yeah.
backing at the moment, man. It's a lot of pressure, but I like pressure.
Well, to
I'm
be
gonna
fair,
have
all
to
the
better under.
comments-
That's cool.
The
You got
comments
two
when we
people
done
in
it
your
before
corner.
was all Graza. Now they're all Cooper. So
Yeah.
Well, Graza
I'm not
is
saying
the
anything
favourite
about
for this
what the
tournament.
people are saying.
Graza is the favourite, and that sort of pisses me off when I hear
think it's
that.
gonna
So
be harder
that
for him to
that
win,
just
though.
lights a fire. Oh, Graza! If I can get me and Graza in the final, it's 3 rounds. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? It's if I can get to that stage, I'm still.
And I think
Robin, to be fair to Robin, he's more established than I am. He's done battles before. He's had the experience. I'm coming into this with no experience.
Coming as the underdog.
Do I think I can
Yeah.
beat him? Well, fuck, yes, I do. But that's not the point. Is
Well,
I've
you
still
gotta
got to
do.
stand in front of him and still rip him
Yeah.
apart for 3 minutes. So we'll see
Yeah,
how it goes. I'm
you
looking
will.
forward to it, man.
you
I got some-
you'll
I got
be
some-
all right. You'll be all right.
I've got some boys coming up from Essex anyway. We're gonna get wankered
it's
the
gonna-
night before in Manchester, and then I'm gonna battle the next day. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Right.
So are you going to be at Home Invasion as well, or not?
When is it? Because I might. When is it? July 31st. I could probably get tickets. There's
End of
Era
July.
versus Era. I've brought tickets for the Era versus Era, mate. That's around that sort of time. I think that's the old.
Yeah, so we
that's
all right.
a London one, which is a bit easy. I would like to do Home Invasion just
Yeah,
because
me
O'Shea
too.
and Shuffle T are battling. So if I can make it, I'll be there. That'll probably
Yeah,
be me
yeah.
on my own though, just as a fan. So yeah, no, that's a dope.
Awesome,
There's
man,
some
awesome.
dope
Well, if you're
clashes
there
there.
and you see us,
Oh,
Come on
100%, man.
Definitely,
Alright,
yes.
Definitely, man. Yeah, thanks for having me on there, guys. Much
So
appreciated.
yeah, we're all good, all good. We are going to be back live tomorrow. The grind never stops for us. We're going to be reviewing the quarterfinals of the Anarchy tournament, which, yeah, we've got some of the footage that we're going to play and just go through it live and see what we thought of the battles and stuff, and then obviously look forward to the semi-finals. And we'll kind of talk a little bit about us going to Home Invasion and stuff that we're hoping we can do there. But yeah, for now, this has been the Academy Series review, catch up, get to know. Thanks, guys, for coming on again. Tom, as always, man, thank you.
Thank you, man. It's been emotional.
That was a wow week ending, but we're going for it. I'm ending the broadcast.